Hello there and welcome to another one. Welcome to another one. It's TGIF and I'm so excited. The reason why I'm smiling like this is because the white man is back. It's 2024. It's a Friday. My name is Tatenda. Rudi decided to join us finally. I don't know where he was. I don't know what he was up to. But Rudi decided to join us. Hello, bro, and welcome to 2024.
Thank you.
Good of you to join us, by the way.
No, we're not doing this. We spoke about this. So I wasn't AWOL. I was sick. So sickness hit the household.
Do we have evidence that Rudi was sick? Let's be honest.
I don't have a doctor's note.
You see, so without a doctor's note, you cannot say you don't deserve a paid
I
leave.
can show you my bank records of buying stuff at the pharmacy.
But you went to the pharmacy to buy sun cream for
500 rands worth.
Yeah, you can buy sun cream.
It's really good sun cream.
A bottle of Nivea sun cream is probably $200.
I bought two.
Two.
Yeah, okay.
You see, so you can't.
Okay, I wasn't here because I bought sunscreen from the pharmacy around the 4th of January. So I apologize that I haven't been here to post. No, sickness hit the household. It hit me, then it hit wife, then it hit baby. So yeah, but we're back.
No, Rudi was sick. Honestly, let's come back to earth. Rudi wasn't. You know, they always say a bad beginning makes a good ending. So this is gonna be a very good year for you. Because you started off being sick.
Yeah, well, I hope so.
Take it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. It's gonna be a very good year
That's
for you.
it.
But I'm so excited that you're here. I'm so excited to join you. It was so lonely here, bro. Promise you, it was so lonely
Who sat in my chair?
when you were not here.
Who sat in my chair?
No one.
Okay.
Did you not see the videos that went
I
out?
was
And
just-
I was appealing to the public and say, where is Rudi? Rudi says he's sick, but he's not here. But anyway, I'll do it.
It felt like someone sat in my chair.
No, it never. Oh, you know, it's one of those where your wife gets into the passenger side and say, who sat here?
Yeah.
Like, oh no, it was Rudi that sat here and you inclined. Is it
Okay.
declined the sit?
Reclined.
Reclined. Yes. Can you find me an English teacher, please?
I will do my best.
Yeah, awesome. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. It's Friday, and you know, when it's Friday, everyone is going, whoo, TGIF, we've survived. And the most important thing is January is almost over, and we went into January thinking January, W-R-R-Y. No. January is almost over, and we thank God that we are here. It's Man Podcast, and if you're new to the channel, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. That is the only way we're going to see us growing, and the views are growing. Thank you so much for everyone that is tuned in. We're seeing people from Russia. I don't know if people in Russia are understanding what we are saying, but yeah. Thank you so much. Anyway, it's Friday, so there has to be some element of craziness. Really, don't laugh at me, bro. That's not fair. Anyway,
The first black Russian I've ever seen. Oh my word.
yeah, they're coming for us.
I'm proud of you. That was really cool though.
That was very good.
was very good.
Dash technique. It's Audi.
No, that's Vorsprung durch Technik.
Vorsprung durch Technik.
There we go.
Howdy. Anyway, Firefly Corporate is there to ensure that when you are traveling, they're travel agents and they're going to ensure that whatever you do, wherever you want to go, they're going to make sure that your flights, your accommodation, they've got packages for you and your family, or for you and your workmates if you want to go away. And we're just so thankful for them sponsoring this video. Guess what? We're in load shedding, but because of Firefly Corporate, we can still manage to record. Thank you for all the sponsors. And Rudi is going to mention who?
Revolution Apparel. So thank you to Cynthia and your team for sponsoring the channel and sponsoring us. We're not wearing the kit just yet, and that is completely my fault, not Revolution's
it's his fault.
I will get there.
His fault.
You sound like my wife.
His fault.
Okay, it's my fault. I could have gone to fetch it today. I was honestly just wanting to get home after work and get myself mentally ready for the podcast. So it will be here next week.
I'm such a handful that you need to be mentally prepared for me.
Yes. Yes, you are. But anyway, Revolution Apparel, thank you for the outfits that will be on show for the next video. Cynthia and your team, Cynthia, to you and your team, you guys are amazing. So anything you got, anyone that the subscribers, the viewers need with regards to sports kits, customized clothing, caps, hoodies, jackets, pants, sports gear for cricket teams, soccer teams, your action cricket teams, they're there for you. Cynthia and her team will sit down with you, face-to-face engagement, do all the design work, change the design work to suit whatever you want, and they'll get it to you at ridiculously good prices. So give a big shout out to them, and please support them as well.
Awesome. A big shout out to Cynthia, and a big shout out to Lisa Morrison for coming through and supporting our vision and understanding what we're trying to do and how we're trying to achieve it. So thank you. I feel different when I'm serious.
Why?
Am I a different person when I speak about serious stuff, or I'm used to being a clown?
Your English gets better at times.
When I'm a clown?
No.
When I'm serious?
When you're serious.
Okay, so I'll stay being serious so that my English gets better.
Better. Just because it's in England, it doesn't make the English better.
You know that sound, that go.
Okay, can we get to the point where we start talking about the goal setting?
Oh, yes. Anyway, 2024 happened, but I'm so thankful. Let me be serious right now. I'm so thankful because, Rudi, you gave me a call in December, and December was a bittersweet. There was nothing sweet about December. Everyone knows that I lost my sister, and I did a video on that because Rudi wasn't there. So I did a video on what I went through, the family, and what was going on, and all that.
I told you I phoned.
That's where I'm coming to.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Get there. You don't make me look bad for like 10 seconds of the video.
Bro, I'm going there.
Okay.
But be that as it may, I was going through such a dark period, and my white friend here was on vacation with his family. Lucky. And he called. But I'm so grateful for the call because it was a video call, and it was a day where I was feeling down. I was not myself, obviously, because you're thinking of everything that has happened, and Rudi called to check up on me. But the point that I'm trying to put across is, for someone that is on a vacation, to take their time to call somebody that's on the other side of town, you did not have to call me. And I'm thankful for your family, because I know Kaylee was next to you. And
she was?
Whenever you said, we mentioned a joke or something, and she laughed, and I was like, wow, she is part of this call. Yes, I'm not seeing her on the video call, but she is part of the call. And I'm so thankful for such relationships. And going into 2024, and tonight, we're going to speak about goal setting in 2024, how to set goals and what to achieve. And I understand that everyone may be going through stuff, and everyone had goals. I also had goals to see my sister by the end of 2023, to be with her. Yes, she was sick and not feeling good, but it did not happen in that regard. But goals still remain something that is pivotal. And my main goal is to establish relationships that are going to be lasting, over and above the fact that we're meeting in the studio, or we're meeting on the cricket field, or meeting in an office, or we're meeting in a boardroom somewhere, or meeting, a cricket game, whatever. I want relationships that are going to go way past just the small environment that is common to us. And you showed me that, Rudi, and I'm so thankful to you and your wife. And the reason why I'm looking at her is I don't need to look at you to talk to you. I'm looking at Kaylee and how grateful I am for her life, for her husband, for her family, for thinking about my family at a time where you're supposed to be chilling and relaxing. And I was so jealous because you guys were close to the sea.
It was really beautiful.
Not helping, bro.
Okay, I'm sorry, but it was really, really nice.
But thank you, bro.
We were blessed to have a really good holiday as a family, and I obviously when I didn't know how to speak to you. It was really, really tough because we both big family men, and family is everything. So to lose someone so close to you, I think, or I can't comprehend, and you would like to know what to say to try and make your mate feel better or feel okay or help them deal with it. So the only way that in my mind was to just check in, let you do the talking, let you lead sort of the conversation, but just let you know that I was around and that you were in my thoughts, and you were in my prayers. So I'm glad you looking good. Could be the 2024 tats.
Am I?
Here we go. Can we just, when we edit, just make his head bigger, because I'm slowly getting pushed out the room. So back to the goal setting.
Yeah.
Your goal was to obviously develop relationships, and I think it's also important when we talk about goal setting is to talk about the other side of not achieving goals, because it's a reality. It's a huge reality that you deal with, and sometimes it can lead us down paths of depression when we don't hit or achieve those goals. But it's an important thing to set goals, because a lot of the time you're not gonna be able to achieve them, but the steps that you've taken to try and achieve them, you've met those little mini goals. It could lead you down a path of your goals change because you haven't necessarily met it, but because you've gone so far, other doors, other avenues open up for you. So that is something that I look forward to this year, and being a little bit more open-minded about my goals, accepting that I might not achieve them, but strive with absolutely everything I have to achieve them, obviously. But I think I'm a bit more older and wiser to understand that it might not happen.
Yeah. I think that there's so much importance in what you just said, and you said it on the previous cut. We recorded first up and the microphones were off, and
Director's fault.
Yeah, director's fault. Exactly. Blame it on directors.
Because the director wanted to put meat in the oven.
Meat is so important.
More important than us.
You, the viewers.
Don't worry, we will make sure the director personally apologizes.
Yeah, personally.
To every single person.
To every single person.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were mentioning that it's a reality that in as much as one may have goals, it's also a reality that not every goal is going to be achieved. And we live in a world where there's so much competition. Rudi and I, when we started January, we said we want to buy new cars, right?
Yep.
By December, we're going to be driving new cars. Rudi gets to December and he buys the car, and I can't. All of a sudden, I'm feeling like I'm a failure. It does not necessarily mean that you're a failure. Yes, it's okay to set goals, but there's so much importance in understanding that not every box is going to be ticked. And because not every box is being ticked, it does not make you a failure. It just makes you, maybe it's not the time.
Yep.
Yes, we may be sitting down and say, this is what we want to achieve personally for our lives, but it's still okay not to achieve them, because like you're saying, we get into depression, we get trapped into depression because of societal pressures. And my classmates are already, they're owning houses. My classmates have got cars. My classmates have got kids. My classmates' kids are going to grade 1. I don't have a child, so that means I'm a failure. It does not necessarily mean that just because your goals did not happen, it does not make you a failure. Because for one person, someone wrote their matric and they passed first time, then went to university, but then it took them 4 or 5 years to then get a job. That's already 8 years. Someone then repeated matric 3 times, then went to university. So you can understand that by the time they finished matric, they started working. That one 4 years later was not working, and you're still in studying. So just because goals are not happening at the time that you wanted them to happen, or when you're seeing your mates happen, because I think a lot of times we tend to judge ourselves based on what our mates are doing.
Yeah, we compare.
Yeah.
We compare where we are, where they are,
Yeah.
and we don't actually know what's actually going on in their lives. We see the surface.
Yeah.
We see the material things, and we see that. And you know what? At the end of the day, I think that was something that I did. I did it for a long period of time, and I compared what my friends had, what my friends were doing, where they were going.
Yeah.
And you get so sucked in and so devoured by I would say it's part of a bit of jealousy.
Yeah.
Lots
of jealousy.
And you actually you stop living your own life because you're trying to live someone else's life, and you don't count the small blessings happening in your life, and those things will slip away. And and I think enjoying the moment, enjoying the ride of trying to achieve your goals is super, super important. So it's okay. I mean, yes, it's not a bad thing if Tats has got the new Ferrari and I go, damn, I wish I had one. That's not jealousy.
I think that's it's healthy, because
100%.
you're earning for something that's good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I think it's always good to want better things.
Or yearning. Yes. What's happening with English?
No, it's just your English.
You're yearning for something that's good.
It's just your English. 2024 is
Thanks,
not
bro. Throwing me under the bus here.
anyway, I think it's a good thing to have goals, and it's a good thing
Yeah.
to want better things in your life. I think it's just important to understand that it won't always happen in your time. It'll happen when it's its season. When it's its season to happen, it will happen.
You know what? If we go back to the Bible, and maybe in the comment section, let us know what are your goals. I don't think you don't have to tell us what your goals are, but you can sort of tell us how you plan to achieve certain things in your life. Let us know in the comment section. And I was going to the point of, if you go into the Bible, it says, according to Mark 11:24, whatever that you ask for when you pray, you believe that you receive it and you're going to have it. And I think a lot of Christians then mess up, because you are saying, I asked for a Ferrari, therefore I must have it on the 20th. And Bible teachers and whatnot, they teach you that write it down, because the Bible, again, in Habakkuk 20 or Habakkuk 2:2, whatever, yes, tend to be corrected. It says, write the vision down, make it plain and simple. So they then say, you need to write down the date. So what that does is it's bringing the faith. Granted. So you then say, on the 20th of July, 2024, I want a yellow Ferrari, right? And from the 1st of Jan until the 20th of July, you're thanking God for the Ferrari. That is faith that is building, because the Bible also says faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God, right? So understanding again that when 20th July comes and it's not God's will and it's not the season, you won't have that Ferrari.
No, 100%.
And there's nothing wrong. It's not that God hasn't answered you. He just says the season is not right. That's why it's so important that in you setting your goals, also understand that if it is the season for me and Rudi to be driving new cars at the end of the year, great. If it is God's will for Rudi and I to be driving new cars, or better yet, speak for myself, Rudi and I discuss end of the year we need to be driving new cars, I can still go back to my own prayer closet and say, if it is God's will for me to drive a new car, me and Rudi by December are going to have a new car. And if it doesn't work out like that, at least there won't be a bit of depression, a bit of jealousy.
Yeah.
Why is Rudi driving a car and we planned this?
Yep.
Why is he driving the new car and I'm not?
Yeah, and at the same time, I think we get a bit blinded by like things like jealousy and, you know, wanting better things and wanting things that other people have. But in God's plan, you might be saying, I wish I had a Ferrari like Rudi. But in God's plan, you're going to be driving a Bugatti by the end of the year.
You understand?
You know, there's better things. There's better things coming for you as a person. So yeah, you know, just trust the plan, trust the process, and understand that things don't always go our way. We plan. We've spoken about it so many times. You know, men plan and God laughs.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Men plan and God laughs. So
I
set your goals.
That's part of the reason why as well. Sorry to cut you there. That's part of the reason why when you came here, you said, what are we talking about? And I'm like, I don't know. Literally. And that's exactly how our conversations have always gone over the past few. Where you're like, dude, what are we talking about today? And you send a plan that this is what I want us to talk about. And when we get into the shoot, you realize, geez, it went
it's completely
opposite direction, but still powerful nonetheless. So when you're setting your goals, understand that it's okay if they don't get achieved.
Yeah.
Why then can you say it's not okay to set goals?
Look, I think the term goal setting is, you know, when you go through school and life orientation, I remember hearing about it when I was in primary school, and then later when I got to, you know, university, they spoke about it, and then you start talking about SMART goals, and, you know, is it specific, is it measurable, is it attainable, is it realistic, is there time? And you then also learn about dealing with setbacks. And so there's science, you know, science around goal setting and the pros and cons of it. But I think it's not necessarily, it's also, as soon as you make it or call it a goal, you know, it becomes this thing out there that can either be so strong and it can either drive you, or can also make you fear that very goal itself, because in your mind you're going, what if I don't achieve it? So I think it's just having ideas or a direction of where you want your life to go, and understanding that there are benefits, rewards, good outcomes for going in that direction in your life.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people are scared of goal setting because they're so scared of not achieving it. Then don't call it goal setting. Call it going in a certain direction of your life, saying, I'm going to go in that direction.
Rough idea. I want to go
100%.
more northwest side.
Because I think it's so important just to have a direction of where you want to go. You can't, if you were an explorer and you really think that half the things that were found and where the world is and where countries are built and, you've got buildings and, do you really think an explorer went, I'm going to walk there and I'm going to find this? No.
They didn't know.
He just knew. He took that leap of faith and said, I'm walking in that direction. Things happening in their life. So, we need to have that courage and that bravery to just go, I'm walking in that direction. I'm going to achieve something.
Yeah.
Something will be achieved by me walking forward.
Someone said, if that dream doesn't scare you, then it's not big enough. And it comes back again to, if you use if I want to go towards that direction, the direction of starting my own company. I may not know what the company is about, but I'm going towards the direction of starting my own company, the direction of knocking on doors that I never knocked before. Because, like you're saying, a lot of times we want to achieve something, but we are so scared that, what if I don't achieve it? One, they're going to laugh at me. And it's always about the next person. It's always about, what if I say I'm going to have a new house by the end of the year, but then in all actual fact, there's no way I can afford 40,000, 50,000 of mortgage, or there's no way I can afford 5 million rent to buy a new house. Is it realistic? At the same time, again, if you don't pinpoint what you're trying to achieve, then you're just going to be walking blindfolded. You're going to find yourself, you've backslidden, or you're going to find yourself you haven't achieved anything because you were just going. You understand? So I think there's the two sides to the same coin. If you don't set the goals without the plan of the direction that you want to go to, you end up not achieving anything at all.
And you also said there, like, you're so scared of what other people think.
Yeah.
I'm in a position in my life where I really don't care what other people think in terms of my goals. But what's made that worse is I care so much about what I think of it.
Wow.
So I'm so critical on myself if I don't achieve those goals. Never mind what other people are going to think, or because I might not even tell them about that goal.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know I self-reflect a lot, and I think to myself of going, okay, I haven't done that. And I'll sit up. I mean, there's nights I'll sit there for hours. I'm going, I really need to go to sleep now. But my mind's going crazy because I need to do this. I need to do that. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to achieve this. I want to achieve that. Yeah. How am I going to do this? I haven't done that. And I'm very, very critical of myself. And maybe it's also over analyzing your own goals and your own direction. But I'm sure I'm not alone in that. And please comment if you've got the same feelings. The only way that I have, and I can't say I deal with it, but I found that at times when I'm feeling like that, I will go on social media and I'll literally just search of winners of certain prizes. And it sounds so weird to say that, but I'll just go look at competitions or things that people have randomly won. I'm going, that's just a blessing that hit someone. And those things happen to them when they least expected it.
Yeah.
And maybe something like that, and pray and let it come to me, and that it will happen to me, that something big is going to happen for me. Because my head and my heart are in the same place and understand what I want to achieve here, or where I want to go.
There's so much power in that you are fighting or you're competing with yourself.
Yeah.
You are not trying to achieve so that you can show off to the next person that, oh, look at me, or look at the new shoe, look at the new house, look at the new car. You are fighting a battle with you.
Yeah.
So that means when you are sleeping and you feel like you're being lazy, you're going to say, hey, we need to achieve, Baba. Come on, get up. There is so much importance in do things for you. What would my family feel, or my immediate family, that's my wife and my child, how are they going to look at me if I say to them, this is what I want to achieve, but I'm doing nothing to try and get to that which I said I want to achieve? Because at the end of the day, if my wife and kid are in agreement with whatever that I am setting a goal for, they are walking the same direction as me, and as the father or as the man of the house, this is the direction that we want to take because we want to achieve 1, 2, and 3. It's easier than saying the whole social media, this is what I want to achieve. And when that doesn't happen, the whole of social media is looking at you and say, oh yeah, what will you say?
Yeah.
It's unnecessary pressure to put everything in the public before you achieve it, I think.
Look, I mean, I think everybody's different, and I think if you've got that tough skin to go, or, you know, maybe it comes down to humility as well, going, you know what, you can see a person, and I'll use this weekend. I woke up nice and early to watch the Strickland and Duplessis UFC fight.
Yeah, Duplessis, yeah.
I mean, both those guys went into that fight going, I'm winning it.
Cheers.
I mean, of course they did.
There's no way you can walk into a competition.
But I mean, you've got Strickland, who's now he's just got the belt. He's just got the championship. He beat an extremely good fighter to get it.
So confidence-wise, it was on top.
Then you've got Duplessis, who's never had a South African in that position.
I'll be the first one.
I'm going to be the first. So you've got two guys going. They unfortunately, it's a one-lane road.
Yeah.
One car was going to get on the end, and it's, you know,
it had to
and
be like that.
you know, I think humility for guys like that, it shows that they go, you know what, I lost. I didn't get it, but
it is what it is.
It is what it is, and I think that, you know, some people will take power for it and go, you know what, you're right. You know, if you're gunning for a certain position at work, and you know that one of the good mates that in your team is going for the same position, they get it. There's two ways that you can go about it. You can either go and resent them, or you can be like, wow, he deserves it.
Well done, yes.
Congrats,
Clearly
dude.
he was better than me.
or not only that, maybe they were looking for something that he has in his personality.
That I don't.
That you don't have, or something that you can learn.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's a bigger picture for you behind that, going, okay, they don't see you for it now, but they're actually opening another division where you'll be put at.
Bigger.
That's bigger than that. So I think it's just having an open mind to it.
I think society has gone, and social media most especially has become so toxic that we are trying to do things to impress social media.
Yep.
And we are impressing the very same thing that is toxic to us. And that's where the issue becomes. When you are setting your goals, don't set your goals for the next person to see. Set your goals for you to clap hands for yourself and say, you know, Tats, well done today. This year you did it. And a lot of times, like you said, I want to come back to the point where you said, it's still okay when you don't achieve. You know that being alive from January to December, that's already a goal that is ticked.
And it's a gift.
How many people could not make it? My sister couldn't. 21 December, she could not make it. 9 days, 10 days, 11 days. Till the end of the year, she could not.
Yep.
I know of a person, my wife was talking to one of her ex-colleagues. Is it ex-colleagues?
Ex-colleague.
Yeah, ex-colleague. Yeah, one of her ex-colleagues. And she says, she was just checking on us. I hope you guys are doing well. Then she says her brother's child, passed on the 1st of January. So you can see that being alive on its own, you've already achieved. And a lot of times we are so materialistic that we feel like if you don't achieve a certain thing materialistically, then I haven't achieved at all. The fact that you've kept yourself sane, or you've kept yourself safe through the ordeals of health and accidents and you name it, and still make it thus far, and still 2024 from 2023 or from 19 odd whatever, and you're still alive, that already is a goal.
Yep.
And that's why a lot of times I see people put New Year's resolutions. I want to eat right, I want to pray more, I want to exercise more, but you'll find out that they only do that for only January.
Yep.
In Feb, March, it's gone. That's why I'm not a fan of New Year's resolutions. You're going to put a list of 20 things and you don't even achieve one. Why not stick to one thing and say, you know what, this year when I'm setting my goal to make sure that I'm a better person.
I don't think it should be a New Year's resolution. I think it should be a lifetime resolution. Because, you know, you can set, when you don't achieve that goal, and it happens so many times. I mean, it's happened to me. I've gone, this is my New Year's resolution. I'm going to do this. And I didn't achieve it. I wasn't disappointed, and I had the same resolution the next year.
Yeah.
And it didn't disappoint me. And I went, is that really a goal? Or is it just something that I'd like to make myself believe I can achieve?
Or ego.
You know, is it 100%? No, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. And then you go, okay, clearly this is not a goal that I'm really striving for because
Wow.
it's not bothering me.
Because, yeah.
But I think if you've got something that's really on your mind to change in your life and you go, I need to do this. Because a goal is something that you need to do. It's got to be something that you've got to want it so bad that it becomes a need in your life to achieve that or get as close to achieving that goal as possible, because without it you feel
You're empty.
you empty, or there's nothing else around that, and that's the passion and the drive you've got to have to sort of achieve those goals. So I think to do something like that for every person is to have that idea, and like I said earlier, don't call it a goal. If the word goal scares you, just call it a direction of where you want to go. Say, I want to walk down that path and do everything right, walking down that path, and if I get there, it's not a goal achieved, there's a reward for walking that path. Change the wording, and in your mind and your heart, if you change the wording, it can't scare you. Because I mean, goals, like I said earlier, goals can be extremely scary, especially if your goal was to buy a car by the end of the year and November hits.
Then November hits.
And you're going, well, now should I get myself into debt just to get myself a car?
Because you know, like you say, when I made the example of 20 July, you're seeing 20 June comes and you're like, there's no sign of money coming here.
It doesn't look like the Ferrari,
Exactly.
even the Hot Wheels Ferrari is coming.
Exactly. Like nothing is coming. So now you're putting yourself under pressure and you end up in debt. And like you said, there were certain things that you were trying to achieve, but you could not achieve them, and you were not hurt. And you're thinking, am I being realistic here?
Yeah.
Do I really need it, or do I want to need it?
Yeah. And will this make me look better as a person when I post it on social media?
Because effectively, the reason why you want that bag, like this year, I want an LV bag that costs 120. Is it just about putting your phones and your purse and or whatever in that bag, or it's about flaunting on social media and say, yeah, I've got an LV bag? You understand? How does that change your life, or how does that benefit the next person when they see the LV bag? Some of the goals that we set for ourselves are too materialistic. That imagine setting a goal that, you know what, this year I want to make better choices with my health. Simple. So when I feel fluish, I have to make the decision. I have to go to the doctor and get that sorted. That's already, by the end of the year, you're like, I actually had 4 or 5 doctor's visits. I took care of my health.
Yeah.
Well
100%.
done.
Yeah.
This year, I want to make sure that I make better decisions for my family or for my marriage. Everything that I do, when you get to December, you're like, I had an opportunity to do that nonsense. I didn't.
Yeah.
Well done. That's a box tick. And when you tick that box, you actually feel it like, well done.
Yeah.
Then the next one. Because we are progressing in life effectively. And we are growing. The same person that you were last year, if you are the same person this year, then you're going to have the same mistakes as last year.
Correct.
So you have to make sure that your goals change you. They change the person that you are. They change who you are around people. And people also can tell that, Rudi has really changed. Look at his hair now. He was blonde last year. I have to find ways to be a clown. How's that? Good, huh?
You're average at best.
What does that mean?
Average.
At best.
So you're not, as good as you think you could get, you'll never be better than average.
Than average.
So it's actually really ugly.
Savage right there. Yeah, so what advice would you give to the person that is struggling to set a goal?
I think it's a really tough one, because the person has got to have some sort of drive and some sort of ambition. And if you're not ambitious about anything, and you don't have some sort of drive to want better for yourself and want better for your family and want better then it becomes really tough to set a goal, or have to go somewhere. And for those people that are in those boats, I think just keep trying new things. To those people that feel like, I can't set a goal because I'm down and out, I don't have anything going and whatever, just say yes to things in your life. Be like that movie with Jim Carrey. Say yes to everything. Good things come to those who do. Good things go to those people that are actively trying to live their life. So I think if you're in that boat, go and do things. You will find a passion, and that passion will lead you to goals. for those people that have the goals and have ambition and want to start goal setting, I think you need to have a good look at yourself and watch some videos on YouTube about how to set goals. Sit down with a piece of paper, write them down. Like you said, you've got to write down dates, because if you've put it down on paper, you've made it real. It becomes tangible. And the most important thing I think with goal setting, and it's something I do with the kids that I coach, or as I make them make a tick box. Because as soon as you've achieved that tick it's the final thing to say it's either achieved or it's not. And it becomes realistic, and yes, it'll sit in your mind and going, I haven't ticked that box. But that person knows that, and they're doing everything to get that box ticked. And that means they've progressed. They've moved forward because they're trying to achieve it. Yeah. So at the end of the day, maybe they just didn't get that last thing. So maybe if you've got a player says, I want to score 100. This kid hasn't scored big runs for his whole career. So he's striving for that 100. And in the build-up to getting there, he hasn't ticked the box. But the season last year, he averaged 30. He's now averaging 80 because he's pushing past it. 70, 70, 70, 70. And now his average is sitting close to 100.
Wow. So he's actually progressed.
He's progressed as a player. He's progressed as a person. So you've got to be on that path.
Yeah.
You've got to want to achieve. You've got to want to have a direction of where you want to go, and just do it. Just go and do it. Take that leap of faith and do it.
Just do it. Someone once said, know your why. Because the moment you know your why, like you're saying, I want to score 100, or I want to, what other goal can you say? I want to score 100. So for every game that you're walking in, you know. For every practice session that you're going in, you know. Yes, yesterday I played a match and I went out trying to hit a ball outside off stump. Maybe that's not the best way to go about it, because it's not getting me closer to my goal. It got me out.
Yeah.
So knowing my why, the moment that ball presents itself, I'm already thinking, if I go for it, I may not get to my goal.
Yep.
So even if you fail, but you are failing going forward, because we did a video last week and director said something so powerful, and I'm trying to pick it. But it has to do with, if you are not doing anything, you're never going to see the progression. So you have to fail. If you set a goal of, I want to score 100, and you end up on a 50, 50 is not going to be satisfactory. You're going to say, oh, so when I was on 50, I then chased a wide one, and I went out. So when I'm on 50, I'm not supposed to chase a wide one. Pushes you to 70. When you get to 70, maybe you missed a straight one. Oh, I played across. I was supposed to play straight. Yeah. It is pushing you. So knowing your why is going to be so important when you set your goal. Your why is not supposed to be the people in the society. Your why is not supposed to be the social media. Your why has to do with you. If I achieve this 100, how will me feel? Not how will my coach feel, how will my parents feel, how will my mom feel, how will I feel about it? I think that's so important. Thank you for that.
Yeah, and one other thing is that people don't understand how contagious being driven is. Like, I've found that if you surround yourself by people that are driven, you become more driven, because you feel like they're setting goals, they're going for it, they're doing something. Maybe I should get on the same bus.
Come on, yeah.
And it does. You sort of get a little kick up the bum to say, you've got to do it too. And those people, I mean, I've been really blessed to have my principal at work, who he is so like the only way I can explain it, he's a true gentleman, but the things that he does, it pushes you. Wow. And he doesn't go, Rudi, you will do this because it's subconscious things and gestures and mannerisms and things that he does, and you just sort of go, damn, I want to do that. I want to be like him. And because he's like that, he always talks about his goals, and not to brag or anything like that, but you go, well, I also want to do that. So it's important to surround yourself with people and find the people that maybe have similar goals to you, that you can talk about. I had this goal for a while and this is what happened, and you might find out you're on the same path. Don't go down that path. Realign yourself with theirs. Talk about those goals, because you never know, the advice that you can get can maybe give you a little kickstart to get even closer to it, or find an easier way. I'm not saying, find the loophole or find a cheat code to get there, but people if you help another person, you might be able to get them to achieve a goal a lot quicker.
Wow. Rudi, you've been amazing. You know, when you've got people that come back and they go out and come back, look at the information that this guy had when he was sick. Chilling in somewhere in Durban on the beachfront. Belito. I just didn't want to say the name.
Okay.
In Durban, in KZN. Yeah.
North Coast.
No, yeah. KZN. Yeah.
Blythedale Residential Estate. Just. It was private, by the way. Do you know how many people were on the beach?
I don't want to know.
No. Do you want to know?
I don't want to know.
Do you know how many people were on the beach? Because you know the beach is like seriously busy on like the 3rd and the 2nd and the 1st.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people were on the beach? And we were like, this is too many.
Oh, man.
I counted in our private little beach, 22.
Jeez.
Including my family of 6.
Anyway.
No, it was absolutely awesome.
So my next goal is to go to Belito. I want to experience that.
We'll go together.
Yeah. You see, now you're talking, bro.
Done.
That's our goal. Director, that's our goal. Yeah?
Boys' holiday.
Yeah. Anyway, if you're still here, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you so much. Let us know what your goal is, and we gave you the questions and everything, and interact with us. We need to see those comments coming. The views are coming, and it's amazing how people come and give me comments in my inbox on WhatsApp. Please do that here on this video, because the more you do that, the more YouTube is going to recommend. And YouTube sometimes takes away views because they're thinking that it's robots that are watching the videos. So please comment. Let us know who you are, your name. Are you from Ukraine or wherever? We just want to know your name. We want to connect with you from Australia. We want to connect with you from wherever in this globe. Thank you so much for watching. It's Friday here. I don't know. Is it Saturday there or is it Thursday, whatever? But we're getting into the weekend. Ooh, payday. Even better. Jeez, I get paid at the end of the month, so there's nothing to be excited
25th?
about. Yeah. So I'm coming to you for the prize. So yeah, you're getting paid. Yeah, mate. You can get it. Yeah, mate. So thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to the viewers. Thank you to the new subscribers. Thank you to the old subscribers. Thank you for sharing. God bless you. Enjoy the weekend and stay safe. Rudi says,
set goals.
Ciao.
Right at the podcast Being Man, as I learn to be a man. Understanding the time, lessons and patience inquire to be a 10. A series of compass insights of the journey for a different turn. Being man, where rivers of the mind flow to give a damn. A movement with river flows, so I be a bailer I can. All stones are turned, all souls affirmed. Right at the podcast Being Man. All stones are turned, all souls affirmed. Welcome to Being Man.